Yeah, so music has played a big impact on my life. It is what I really look forward to self-soothe myself and to really just express myself. If you haven't known already, if you haven't watched my videos, growing up, my parents divorced when I was at the age of like close to 4 or 5. I can't remember, okay? But it was around that age range, and I never really got to understand and feel. Like, I knew they were separated. I knew that they were no longer happy together. I just, they don't know how to talk to you in a way where your emotions can be validated to say, we're going to walk you through this process. Even though mom and dad has separated, we still love you. Like, they'll say it in a different way, but they don't know that it takes time. It takes time. It takes really time to heal and to really talk to and express how you feel, and just to really know that in that moment you're present and you're feeling it, and it's okay to feel the way you feel. And that's okay, because lack of resource and tools, and I don't know, but from what I understand in the Hmong community, mental health is not really like used, because you have a lot of relative as a support system. It could be a brother or sister or mother or aunt, where they'll just like talk to you and encourage you and push you back up and say, even though it hasn't worked out for you, you are so strong, you can live a better life and provide for your child. And they're just kind of like in that way, or tough love, like, just kind of like, yep, you fall and you get back up, and then you just fight 10 times harder, because that's how life is. And I get that tough love is kind of like building you to become stronger, but sometimes not everybody can grow from that kind of style of encouragement, and so, it may or may not work for everybody. And sometimes people need that because that's how they learn and they're comfortable with. But sometimes some people need a support system where it's more emotional connected and validated, like, for example, this is just an example of empathizing and sympathizing, like, honey, I am so sorry that it did not work out for you, and I just really want you to know that we are here for you to support you. I know it's going to be so hard, and I know that you'll get through this. But at this moment, when you're very vulnerable, you're hurt, you're fragile, you're at your lowest, just know that we have a space here for you to express how you feel. If you need to cry, it's okay. You can show your weak side, because we know that you need that. You need to really mourn and really like grieve that process. And just know that we are here for you. If you need anything, we are here for you. We'll do the best we can to help assist you. And we really just want you to know that you're gonna need to learn some experience. You need to make a few mistakes to grow, but that is okay. But I want you to know that I want you to better yourself. I want you to know that you can stand up strong and take care of your children and be independent, because we don't always need a man in our life to become that strong woman for our child, because our child need us. And you know what? We have to take care of ourselves first before we can take care of our child. So self-love, self-care first, so that can overflow to our children. So it's not exhausting. It's more like your cup is full, so it overflows over to your child, and their cup is going to be flow naturally, because it's part of the process. When you work on yourself and you really concentrate on what matters and what's important to grow you as a person, it will show through, and you will be able to appreciate and have gratitude and really focus and be able to do the right healing and learning process and grasping process to better as a mom, a person, as a family member, a daughter, a sister, and let that build you organically. Everybody has a different life journey. It doesn't have to be perfectly, but sometimes when we can be too stubborn, and sometimes we don't want to ask for help, and we don't want to receive help, and we want to do it our way or the highway. It's gonna self-sabotage and self-destruct yourself. And I'm not judging anybody, I'm just throwing it out there, like, from what I understood and, you know, research on my own and self-taught my own, and to build a better version of me. I just learned that as I'm talking to myself, questioning myself, wanting to learn certain things, I learned more about understanding and grasping what I didn't understand initially, you know, as a child, and what my parents experienced. And they probably experienced something totally different from what I understand, because I will never experience what they've been through. Everybody experiences it in a whole different lens, view, world. Meaning, my world, no matter what, how much I fix and try to understand it, compared to my sister or my cousin, I will never live in the world, because their world is totally different from mine's, and it will always be different. That's what makes us unique and different. Like, that's how we approach problems differently. That's how we react, and we get results differently. It's because of what we value and what we have morals and wisdom on and experience, and just different things that we've taught and we were raised in different regions or different states, you know, and different nationality and culture and support system, and getting the right tools and resources. That's going to totally shift us differently, and that's what makes each of us individually beautiful. Okay, so with that being said, I don't know it all, but I'm just living and learning and progressing through life. So that's just really what I understood is, wow, you know, and if we didn't get the help we needed that worked for us, because we just didn't know how to get there, like, it's gonna either make you or break you, you know. And yeah, so I don't know how this video became. Oh yeah, the reason why I was talking about my upbringing was because music is healing to my soul. How's it healing? When my parents divorced, and I was feeling all this hurt growing up, living with my my stepmom and my dad, and I'm truly blessed for my stepmom and my dad raising us, me and my brother. I was truly blessed. It was a struggle. It was a lot of hardship, and I myself can't be a stepmother. Like, I can't. I just feel like I'm saying is, I can't picture myself to have, you know, a big heart enough to really take in somebody. I know it sounds horrible, but I can't even imagine doing that job. That role is totally a lot to do and ask for, especially if you don't have any kids prior, and you have to take on somebody else's kid and work with them, and they're broken. They're broken because they're hurt, they're lost, they're confused. They have too many people playing the parent role, and it's very confusing. And if you don't know how to properly say things or ask things, and you don't know how to get the right tools and support, and you guys are not on the same page, it can come off misunderstood and very frustrating and very hard. Learning that just working with other families and other people, and just not really understanding their vibe, or you just can't really relate and connect, but you know that you're trying your best and they're trying their best, it's going to be like a hard dance routine with them, but you know that you'll have to work with them. I know when I say have to, it feels like you have to. It's not like you want to, because it gets so frustrating at times where you try the way you think that works that you're comfortable with, and they try the way they think that works and they're comfortable, and then you guys clash all the time. When you're trying your best to not clash, at the end you end up clashing. So I'm very thankful for my stepmom and my dad raising us, and also I was thankful for my mom's ex-fiance and my mom, like, for having a certain weekends, because my dad had full custody of us, and then on certain weekends where my mom had rights to have us visit we would go over and he would cook a meal, and he helped and took care of my mom as best as he could. My mom has an illness, and I will not say it because, you know, that's her privacy, but she does have an illness where, you know, she was discovering about herself that she didn't know she had, and learning how to cope with it and the changes, and as it progressed, you know, and you know, they're not even aware of what's the progress of the outcome. Like, they're just trying to work it out as best as they can, and again, they don't have the right resource and tools and knowledge to really help assist with, you know, broken childs. And when I say broken, everybody has different meaning of broken, but broken is basically unstable home. They've been moved back and forth. They move place to place. Their parents and so their parents has either physically or verbally abused them, and also they were bullied as a child because they didn't have parents there to look out for them. So they'll get beat up by other child, and they had to suffer alone, without resource, without any kind of outlet to comfort them and to tell them that everything will be okay. And also just within the community, the Hmong community, they would be categorized differently because they didn't have both sets of parents there to really support them and grow them and fill them with wisdom and knowledge. And just also, you know, a part of my journey, I was molested. So with that being said, like, you constantly, like, I don't want to get emotional. It feels like sometime growing up, and I've healed from this, but it hurts, it's traumas, it's a lot that as a child you shouldn't have to endure, but you endure it. Like, I feel like growing up, I was trying to thrive and grow from a garden, but unfortunately I didn't have the shade of the tree that I fell from. And every time when I try to grow and thrive and suck in the sunlight and soak in the water, I felt like the weeds were constantly brushing against me and growing taller and just like falling over me. Things were like rocks was squishing me. I don't know, woods were covering me, leaves, and then when it rained, it poured so hard on me. And every time I try to grow and grow and grow, you know, and try my best, like, I couldn't grow as well as I would like to. I couldn't grow properly, like, because you're a child, you can see how other parents treat their kids, and you can see how, you know, certain kids have certain things in life and you don't. And of course it's always going to be a difference, but you just yearn and you know that you lack a lot, and you're different. You just feel that within yourself. So it hurts a lot, and music was my way of escaping, so that I wouldn't think too much, and cry too much or worry too much.